Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome once again to Under the Tree Chat. As you notice, I'm sitting on the couch today, but I won't be doing the show alone. Tony will be joining us momentarily. And I just thought that as we wait for him to arrive, that we would just want to share a few words of encouragement to all of our viewers, especially those in the Bahamas and throughout the Caribbean. Today is Saturday, June the 4th, and as you know, the hurricane season begins on the first day of June. So we are currently in the fourth day of the new season. And as you can see, we have gotten off to a fast paced start. Even the day before, which was the last day of May, I looked outdoors and I was like, wow, seems as if the hurricane season wants to jump the gun. So, all that we're seeing in the mainline news in social media is all the flooding that is taking place. Cuba, in the northern Bahamas, Grand Bahama, Bimini. And so we want to encourage all of our brothers and sisters. Protect yourself, protect your family, protect your property. Make ready for what is termed an aggressive hurricane season. We know that we've had a 2 year break, and I guess God is really a merciful God because prior to the arrival of COVID, and COVID is still with us, it's still affecting our health, and everyone who can speak can tell you that there is somebody in my home, in my neighborhood, who's complaining about having sore throat and flu-like symptoms, sinuses. Normally, the spring bring on those allergies, but as the summer comes in and the rainy season come in, we want to protect ourselves by staying out of the rain showers and also continue to boost our immune system. It is important that you continue to eat healthy. It's all good to get vitamins via tablets and liquids and so forth. But if you really want to be able to fight off all of the assaults on your health from the inclement weather, then it is important that you eat healthy. Include lots of fruits, and this is the tropical season, just like how the tropical storms are here. We have lots of tropical fruits. The mangoes are just about ready to be harvested. Following the mango, you have the ganap, all rich in vitamin C. We have the sea grapes. What else? We have the sapodilla, and we have the plums. The plums are in season now. All of these are rich with vitamin C, and they also add fiber to the diet. So if you are somebody who have problems with having regular bowel motions, therefore get those fruits and vegetables in. Of course, if you have diabetes, you want to minimize the amount of fruits that you are eating, and you want to increase your vegetables, the green leafy vegetables. Get some nuts in, watch out for allergies and flares of your sinuses, but Watch as you eat your body's response to the things that you're eating and nourish your body. Nothing like good vitamins and minerals coming from your raw vegetables. Okay? Um, Backyard gardening. I don't know if any of you are members of the Gardening Society of the Bahamas. That's on Facebook. That's not the name. It's called Backyard Gardening. But people are showing their harvest of pineapples. And I am like, oh, so jealous because I love pineapples. And I tried to grow some, but it wasn't successful. Now, my nephew, on the other hand, who owns Dino's conch, original conch salad here on West Bay Street. He now is involved in doing some backyard gardening. He doesn't have any pineapples as yet, but he has onions that growing. And by mentioning the onion, boosting your immune system, the onion and the garlic, definitely very good for keeping you healthy. Stay healthy, drink a lot of water, get a lot of rest, minimize your alcohol consumption. I know partying ain't partying without a little alcohol, but the less alcohol you consume, the better it is. Of course, as a remedy for the cold, people often say, well, you know what? Drink a hot beer. And for some people, it has worked, but that's only as a remedy to overcome your flu or cold. But on a serious note, try to stay out of the rain. Um, Older persons are more susceptible, and we know that COVID hasn't gone away from us. New strains are popping up every day. People are getting sick every day, including young people, including vaccinated people. So it's very important, very, very important to boost your immune system. Stay healthy, stay active, stay happy. Don't allow this life to stress you because when you stress, no matter how healthy you eat, you will still be compromising your body's defense. So, Tony is on his way. Hit me up if you have any questions as we wait for his arrival before we go into our topic of today, which is getting it right from the start. And of course, you know, Tony is the relationship expert. I'm only the coach on the side. So thank you so much. I want to say thank you again and again and again because we really appreciate the support. We really appreciate our followers, those who engage us as we discuss the various topic from week to week. And we have our friends from around the world. We have folks in Texas, we have folks in Grand Bahama, we have people here in Nassau for sure, Abaco, Elutra, Exuma, friends, family members. We just want to say thank you for the support. And we do encourage you to continue to like our page, continue to share our page, continue to tell your friends. I noticed last week the viewing was extremely high. Of course, Tony did an excellent job, and the feedback from those who was with us live was very good and it's very helpful. But we welcome topics because you know we can talk about the things that come out of the things that we spoke of before, but it's always good to get feedback so that we can respond to you, so that we can provide information that we would otherwise not think persons would be interested in. So let us know what it is that you're interested in. And I just thought of Sharon Andrews over there in Andrews. Hi, Sharon and Sharon Brown here in Nassau. I was like, today's the Sharon's Day. And of course, I always like to give a shout out to Sophie. Sophie was one of those persons that joined us and followed us and rendered advice on how to improve our show. And the help was invaluable. And we just want to say thank you. And we welcome feedback. We welcome a little tip here and there from anyone and everyone. We know that the show is shared by others on a regular basis, and we just want to encourage you to continue to share, continue to like the page, continue to comment, continue to make recommendations. And I'm sure that any minute now, Tony will be joining us. But yes, I don't know if there's anything else that I can say except to give God thanks for yet another day. As Tony always say, and I endorse, this is the day that God has made. He has given us health, He has given us life, He has given us family, so many beautiful gifts. So many beautiful gifts. And so Tony is in the room. Tony, can you turn off your show? Next, you'll be hearing me twice in this whole process because he was tuning in as he traveled to join you live here in the studio. Um, yep. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, 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 one and all, to yet another Under the Tree chat. And I, for some reason, have been having to resist saying Mold Breaker Empowerment Forum because if you don't know, I do have a health um, show that goes every Wednesday morning, and it focuses on health, helping individuals to take control of their health. Um, the focus over the past 4 weeks has been entitled Focus on You, and it will continue for another 8 weeks. And so I encourage you, if you have not already tuned into that, I invite you to find Mold Breaker Empowerment Forum or Mold Breaker Empowerment and Education Network on Facebook. I am the host, and my job there is to promote health and well being. Tony
Good
is here.
afternoon. Oh, my Lord. Help me, Jesus. I'm here. I'm here. Melanie,
Hi,
thank you for
Tony.
hosting the show. You did such a good job.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, I think you need a praise for that.
Thank you.
Hallelujah. Oh boy, what a day. I was listening to you live,
Yeah.
and I was saying Melanie's doing a good job.
Okay.
I said, boy, we need to keep her there by herself a couple times.
No, no, no,
And
no,
she
no,
do a
no.
greater job. She was a star there, boy. I telling
Mm.
you something else. Talking about mold breaker, house breaker, whatever it is. But guess what?
Mm-hmm.
It's indeed a rainy day, but it's a
It
good
is.
day.
It's a beautiful
It
day.
ain't. If I get too hot, then I'll just push you aside. It'll be fine. But anyhow, let me start the show and let's tell you how we go in today.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing that a comment today got me shocked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want my folks out there listening to give me some feedback on this. The comment was kind of weird. It was a weird comment.
Concerning.
When the Pope says that the Bible has to be rewritten, the Bible should be rewritten, the Bible is out of date. The Pope
Okay.
said that.
Okay.
Hold on. The Pope said that.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what he can change in it. What are you thinking about changing it in? If he
Maybe you
said out
should
of
set
date,
it right.
oh, he says something things like man shouldn't burn. You think he changed something? What the Bible say? Man should marry and burn.
Well,
So that's
sometimes.
one of the things he should change. Some interesting things in the Bible he could change. Instead of using the word us and them,
Hmm.
and then instead of using the word, he could use the word like hallelujah and praise the Lord, and they could change that because all of them is the same
Okay.
to the highest praise and praise and so all of them, and then all this a before the word, and so the pastor could stop preaching on a. They say there was a man, and the pastor preached. It was a mystery to figure who was that man. You ain't get it. Eh? Want me to say it again?
How I mean, I know of a account
Right there you
in
go.
the Bible that
Yeah,
talks about that particular man
mass
of
mystery.
mystery, right?
Right now you got it,
But
folks. You think I ain't
listen,
deep in the Bible? Eh? You all stay there.
I don't know exactly.
I read too plenty.
I
I
don't
read
know
Bible plenty.
exactly what the Pope is
For four and
suggesting,
two.
but for me personally,
Mm-hmm.
I take the Bible as a religious history book,
Well,
one
that's is what he's doing.
that makes me aware of the historical relationship of man and God.
You know what? Let's hold that thought because
Hmm.
we get deep into the Bible, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
But I can say this and then we move on.
Hmm.
Check this out. You said the word history. The Bible is a history book what was written by inspired men.
Hmm.
So in this era, what the Pope is saying in this era now,
Hmm.
we get some more inspired men. To,
And there are people who
yeah,
are
and we write
inspired.
it. And then the real Christians, not, but some people say the Pope damn is fake. So the real Christians say they have to. They tell you these are the ones who say you can't be a Christian until you hear from God.
But we all hear from God every day.
No, no, no.
We do.
You have to turn over. You have to be born again, baptized in the Holy Ghost, and you'll be delivered. They're the only ones could hear from God. See, this is deep stuff. So
Hmm.
I'm getting that deep stuff. But that's exactly what the real Christians, because you talk about the Pope, they said I ain't a Christian. But check this out.
Hmm.
And then I stop. The Bible, even talking about the Bible. See, the Pope has a right to say that.
Hmm.
You know why he has a right to say it?
Why?
Because the Pope then was the first church.
Okay.
So they write the Bible, right?
They were in the first
No, no,
church.
no. Most people think they pride on the first church. They say they're the first church. Okay.
Well, I know one thing. They definitely were the grouping or the religious
Right.
grouping that changed a lot of things that was in the Bible
Right. Okay.
already.
Okay. So they
So
they
so
claim that they're the
so
people, they own the Bible. That's what I'm saying.
okay, so they
They,
have the
right.
authority.
They have the authority to say they own the Bible.
Hmm.
So they have the authority to write it over.
Well, there are a lot of new versions of it
Yeah.
that have been rewritten.
But here's the problem. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry come along and rewrite it.
I don't know that that is a problem though.
It's a problem
Why?
because the Lord in Himself say, "Don't add, don't take away, and don't put on."
No, the Lord didn't say that. That's what the inspired man
Yeah,
said.
the Bible say right.
That's what the inspired man said.
So for all our lives, we believe in the inspired man,
Well, some people have
and
done that all their
and
lives.
guess what?
What?
We take them as God because
Some
we
of us
believe
take them as
we believe in the
God.
Bible.
Some of us take them as
So
God,
we
and then many of us believe in the Bible on different levels
right.
because we not all of us believe the Bible the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Having a problem seeing it.
Yeah, you know, right. Like I say, we can move on for that because we can take that. We can make a whole new show
Mm-hmm.
on that.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to shout out to Wade um, Butterfield on his birthday tomorrow. I don't know how old he is. He might be 70, but Happy birthday to you, Wade. And now we can get that great show. This can be a beautiful show today. All the ugliness gone, all the prettiness coming. I hope all the women who think they pretty, because all women ain't pretty, you know.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And so,
Well, the eye of the beholder, the eye of the beholder, the eye and the beholder is the person who have the eye. Oh Jesus. And what we talking about today is relationship, the beginning of a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
beginning of marriage,
Getting it right from the
beginning
start.
of beginning of getting it right from start, beginning of boyfriend and girlfriend, the beginning of
Relationship.
man, beginning of girl and girl, relationship. Um, and relationship at the beginning of a relationship, most relationship I think should start with some kind of religious background.
Not communication.
No, no. I don't
Why?
think. See, communication comes down the road.
Mm-mm.
You could develop communication.
Everything starts with communication.
No.
Verbal, non-verbal.
Now, I think.
So you almost have me jumping the gun here.
Yeah.
Sound like you talking about prearranged relationships where you have a daughter and somebody else have a son and you say let's bring them together.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. The olden days. That's what I'm talking about. Well, your mother is to hook you up, and your daddy's to hook your pastor in the church. That's what I'm talking. Boy, you a smart woman. I'm thinking with you now. You don't miss a beat. Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that kind of relationship because they're the ones that really works.
Mm.
Most other relationships, like sometimes we start the show. I was telling you about 5 years. Like we use that word 5
Mm-hmm.
years.
That's your magic number.
Yeah. If your relationship survive 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
it's most likely going to survive 10.
Mm-hmm. And
If
then 15 and
yeah,
20.
but if your relationship starts rocky,
Mm-hmm.
see what I believe at the beginning of a relationship, we start being excited.
The physical dominates everything.
Yeah, we saw. Oh, I really can go deep in this because this something just my head just shakes. So when my head shake, I get say what on my mind. What I think's happened in the Bahamas, if most women in the age of 50, 55,
Mm-hmm.
we count them out, like in relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But they count themselves out because they found it hard to find somebody that they could truly love.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason being so many different reasons. Most times be the husband died.
Mm-hmm.
So they're looking for somebody, but it's so difficult to get along with somebody else or to it's so late in the game for you to start over.
Well, that's how it is perceived.
That,
Not that is the truth.
it is not the truth. It is perception because see, let's look at a woman like I say 55.
Mm-hmm.
She don't really want to start over. Now watch where I go in this conversation.
And I think that is because of a belief that she holds that the options are not there.
Right. That is it. But she thinks the window is this small.
Mm-hmm.
So if she start looking, 9 times out of 10, she start put this relationship in a category.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why we can go back to the beginning, but this is why I think it don't happen for women who 55 in the Bahamas. They have a block mind and a walk mind because at the age of 55, they thinking about what everybody gonna say who they date. And what everybody and my children,
Mm-hmm.
everything that you ain't should be worried about, you worry about. Now, and
Everything that don't matter.
it doesn't matter because if you love somebody, your children should love them.
And if they don't love that,
Then
that
you
on
just,
them.
so be it.
Because after all, you should be mature enough
Mm.
to know what it is that you need at this stage in your life.
Yes. And
So if you are 55 and you're still looking and concerned about what neighbor, friend, pastor, anybody have to
mhm.
say, that is your loss. That is an indictment on you.
And then the next thing is this: you looking, you at 55, you don't want, you saying you don't want to take care of man. So most likely the guy you pick up will be 60, 65. You don't want to, you can say, I don't want an old man,
Mhm.
but you don't want a young man because young man and your friends, people can think with you. So you only want a young man. And get,
Again, limiting your options.
yeah. And so you close out yourself so small. And then how you think, well, if I get this old man, I can be taking care of him. And then he can't even, me in relationship and love, he can't even hold up his little peanuts. But if I go to this young boy, he can ride me to death. Then see, so you got,
Wow.
yeah,
So it's like caught between a rock and a hard
right.
place.
And then you are looking for somebody to love your children,
When you really should be focusing on
loving
yourself.
you.
Because
So
your children ain't allowing you to determine who they're gonna be with and who's gonna love them and who they're gonna love. So why is it that you are allowing them
mhm,
to control your
right.
choices?
So most times in relationship, you done gone wrong
Hmm.
because you done narrow this down, and you're not looking for somebody to make you happy. You're looking for somebody to make all your surrounding happy. You got to be a guy who go to church because the people, my people in church, you know what I mean? Then you watch now. Then you got to look for this guy who will marry you in 3 years because the church putting pressure on you. Yeah,
Hmm.
you to be a Christian. You got, it's all of this, and then your children putting pressure on you because don't bring no man here to take over my daddy house. So you done picking. So you, first of all, you telling the man now you can't live here because this is for my children. See, all this is hogwash. That's why I'm going back to the beginning. We just talking about the beginning. So I'm going back to the beginning. All this hogwash. So now what you looking for? A guy who got a couple, this it. I'm looking for a guy who got a couple dollars.
Hmm.
With it. That guy who got a couple dollars and got a couple gals. So so when you first go there at 55,
Hmm.
and the first dude you find, I can say it in English. Bullshit up. Because that's the first guy you can come in contact with. Because this guy can come pretty. Because that's what you're looking for. You ain't looking for somebody to love you. You're looking for your children and your family to love. So you bring it in. And so we're talking about the beginning and how to get it right. Let's go back to the beginning then. So at the beginning, if you have the principles, I talk about the principles.
Hmm.
Christian, see, you don't have to be a Christian, but you could have the Christian like principle.
Hmm.
And I'm not talking about the one with
Basically, you're
sixes.
talking about morals, or you're talking
Right.
about ethical conduct.
Contact, yes. I talk about morals, ethical conduct. Somebody that you know will count. You don't have to worry. He's gonna pray with you if you have to.
Mm.
He's gonna not touch your children, your own
Hmm.
children. If he come with the malls in Africa, he ain't gonna try to go and embarrass you in the street.
Hmm.
These things have to be in place. And so much we don't get it right at the beginning because we love foolishness. So now you find the woman who's younger,
Hmm.
she looking for older man because she looking for stability.
Okay.
So 9 times out of 10, she's have to cut her lip, bite her lip, and tell her a bunch of foolishness. As young as she is, because she hung on that money.
And therefore, would
And
it be causing her to
once
have
she
to
hang on a
bite
bit,
her lip and all that
she
stuff?
have to put up with all this. She has to put up all the garbage because he got the money
Mm-hmm.
and he got the means that she want.
Mm-hmm.
He might have 2 women. He might have 3 women.
Mm-hmm.
She got to put up with that. She might have to live in a house with his children from her previous wife.
Mm-hmm.
She got she got to sing to his beat. Woman not independent. She had to wait till he come to pick her up, drop her. See, all this, you have to look at the beginning. So when
Mm-hmm.
you get into this relationship or get into a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
these are the beginning signs that things that you work on. All these things at the beginning. Trust. Trust. Gotta have trust. You gotta have self-worth. You gotta know when you what you value, what you bring into this table, what
Mm-hmm.
you value, what's your value in what you have, what you going, and you must be able to person who can pray. See, and keep on this line, then I can get off it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Pray for everybody who can be involved in this
Mm-hmm.
relationship, his children, his ex and all. You gotta pray that she don't come around. She don't come. You see, all this you gotta pray.
So if the ex come around,
Yeah, you gotta pray
then
for all that.
what?
You gotta pray to keep all that away. You gotta pray to keep those things away. Yeah,
Distractions,
so you gotta have that in the beginning.
competition.
The beginning of the relationship, because see, and then in the beginning of the relationship,
Mm-hmm.
um, disagreements will come
Okay.
in a relationship. Disagreement in the beginning, disagreements come. But you know what happens? You know so well in the beginning how to fuel that and how to disagree
Mm-hmm.
with communication and make that communication work for you.
Right.
Because you can know how to, at the beginning, most people at the beginning of a relationship, they know how to disagree
Mm-hmm.
and down the road and agree at the same time. They
Okay.
have their they have their disagreement, but they know how to solve it because the disagreement is always one to make the relationship better. Most times, so me
Okay.
and you disagreeing,
Mm-hmm.
and when we solve that, we could agree.
Okay.
So the disagreement teaches how to use that to agree.
Right.
How we can mold ourselves, okay,
And
how we
move
solve our
forward
problem.
in a
Yeah,
better
move
and
ourselves.
more
And,
agreeable way.
and a lot of relationship begin new relationship disagree but never forget.
That's because they haven't reached a resolve.
Uh, and even when they reach the resolve, because the relationship is new most time, they'll watch it. They say, I can watch this. I put this right here on the side and watch it. The worst thing you do in a relationship, put something on the side because you save it. It's in the storehouse. Old people say, in the back of your head,
Mm-hmm.
it's back of your head. So you never forget that. That's like something you didn't throw out your head.
Well, let's put it like this. It
Mhm.
means that you keep reliving it in your thoughts.
Reliving it. Yeah. Be and in relationship, a relationship is almost like you making a relationship with God.
It's almost.
Yeah, it's almost like it's like this person that you is almost that makes you happy no matter what. You can go to this person
Mm-hmm.
and this person can calm you right down. When you're on
Okay.
a high, you want to break down the world. But
Mm-hmm.
once you tap in, this person know how to bring you right
Okay.
down.
Okay.
So you so
So
mad.
basically,
Mhm.
you and that person is so well connected that
Ah,
you can go to them and you can talk about anything and everything,
mhm.
and they will always be able to help you to see it from a different perspective and come to terms with
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
See, and those who believe that when they married, now I gotta bait on this. This real. I want you to listen this deep. Those who believe that when they married, uh,
Mm-hmm.
as Christians,
Mm-hmm.
Christianity, because we Christians, our relationship is not gonna go wrong.
Really
Christian people believe because we're Christian, our relationship,
should be perfect,
yeah, because both of us know how to pray.
but both of us don't know how to live.
Exactly. And what's important when you become a Christian, stop believing that because you Christians, you're
Gonna
gonna
have a
last
perfect
forever.
life.
Yeah,
Perfect
that's
life. No mistakes, no
but that's when you become
disagreements.
a Christian. That's when you have problems. That's when the problems come heavier
Why?
because you're living a Christian life and the devil busy.
Is it the devil or is it that we
Yeah, we get too full of ourselves.
oh,
We
okay.
know too we know too much, and we go everything based on the Lord. Everything the Lord will cover us, and the Lord will do this and the Lord,
Mm,
and we get lazy.
okay.
We stop working. See, the Lord tell you long time by the sweat of your brow, you lay
Mm-hmm.
bed.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, by the fruit of your labor,
Mm-hmm.
you see. So some don't have to work no more. See, conversation, conversation is the greatest key. It will work all the time. Having a conversation. You say communication. Conversation is communication. But a conversation, if me and you discuss and have a conversation, see, sometimes people communicate and throw out big words. I ain't gonna go down the road. That's not communication. That's not having a conversation. Example, I could curse you, throw
Mm-hmm.
big words up. Me and you mad, throw big words. Then I mean you have an argument. That's that's communicating in a different way, but having a decent conversation is where you give and we give and I take and back and
Okay.
forth. You see the difference? You got
Got you.
my communication to you. WhatsApp.
Mhm.
It could be some
I
people
got
can't
you.
communicate. So having a conversation, you get that. I
It's
ain't got to,
key.
and it's a lot of time you have to do what you have to do, and don't rely on your relationship that you could say at the beginning, "Oh, I meet a beautiful woman, and we are beautiful people, and
Mm-hmm.
both of us together Christians, and both of us, child, you had a big conversation with somebody, child, we are both Christians, so we only get strength. We get
Mm-hmm.
they ain't going nowhere. See, that's full talk
Okay.
because if you don't nurture what you have, Yep. Sorry about that. We're back again. We've been out for a couple of minutes. Must see the internet has a little, thing going on, and that's happened. And in the beginning of the relationship, I'll be talking about the relationship again. I don't know where we left, but anyhow, I'll take up him. I was talking about a kiss
Mm-hmm.
with a conversation, a kiss with with a kiss with letting you know that you really care and really love, and you're the only thing in the world that love just to be here with you, and make people feel wanted. Um, this both both always in the relationship, both parties has to know how to forgive. And notice I didn't say forget, forgive each other. Because when things happen, you got to forgive one another. And you have to do this early in your relationship. Because if you don't do this early in your relationship, this is going to grow and fester. See, because if my if you don't like if I marry you and you don't like my mother, and your mother do something wrong, and I hold that, and I now forgive every time your mother come to my house or my mother come to the house, you
It's gonna be a
you
problem.
got a
It's
problem.
gonna be a
You
problem.
want to go in the bedroom. You want to go to the shop. So the mother started to see that this person don't want really be a part of me. This person don't want
Mm-hmm.
to speak to me. This person don't want. So it's a problem. So you got to learn to forgive. People makes mistake. People say things they don't supposed to say. People do things they're supposed to do. So you got to learn to forgive, and both parties got to learn to give and make each other feel important. So after you don't forgive, then make up. Um, hold or hold him and say, "I'm sorry. Um, we need to put this behind us and move forward." And most times we don't even do that because we big chest. I ain't doing, especially man. No, we ain't let no woman.
Bulldozer, control, rule, govern, all those
Yeah, and then
in charge words.
we have this thing. We when you say you become one, or you come start dating and marriage or something, and you say
Mm-hmm.
you'll become and you migrate to be one. Most times in the relationship, one individual always trying to be acting as one.
As one?
Yeah,
What you mean by that?
all by themselves.
Well, they were one before they joined in,
Yeah,
but the
yeah, but
person,
when you become in a relationship,
husband and wife, as one
yeah,
unit.
you become one.
Mm-hmm.
And so too much times, well, prime example, that's my things. Put that over there because that's my things. Leave that because that's my things. Ain't nothing is yours no more. Everything is shared by two. And just too
Well,
many, it is too many relationships based on my over here, yours and mine.
separation,
Prime
segregation,
example,
ownership.
when you marry, my children become yours. Yours become mine. So why are you saying your children? So see, it don't work like that no more. See, especially when you marry, and all this type of little things from the beginning of marriage or beginning of relationship. If you don't put things in perspective,
Mm-hmm.
they will come to bite you and bite you big. Melanie, some bites be so big that you can't recover. Because I know a lot of relationship, their bite is so big and they couldn't recover because parents, most of the times, is caused the biggest disturbance in marriage. Parents. So,
Division.
so from the beginning, keep your parents out of your marriage. Run them, run them from around you. I mean, totally run them from around you.
Well, basically, I would say
Run them.
no,
Go
not
ahead.
run, but establish boundaries. Establish healthy boundaries so that there is mutual respect and each other's parents, of course, becomes the other person's parent as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because marriage is a union. So when the two become one, my own, like you say, become yours, yours become mine. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And tell you, and see, it's always a story. It's always a two-way story. You know, story one way. I know no story one way.
Okay.
There's two sides to everything.
Mm-hmm.
So most times in a relationship, try to make it one story, one way, her way. It's always her way. And then the day she can win any other, it's her way. But it can't work like that because it just can't work like that. It has to work two way. It has to be two sided of the story.
Or the two merging to
Yeah,
become
and two
one.
merging to become one.
Right.
And then on top of that, don't ever, don't ever forget the reason why you get married, the reason why you have this relationship. That's a key.
And what is usually the reason why people have
The
relationships?
reason you have a relationship for both of y'all to become one.
Is that the reason?
If you, based on any other reason, you're in trouble. Let's go down the list. If you reason it on sex, when that finish, you finish.
Okay.
If you reason on money, when the money finish, the relationship finish.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you based it on other than to become one,
Okay.
you finish.
So now when you say to become one, then you basically talking about the give and take, enhancing and enriching
Each other.
each other.
Mhm.
Okay.
It got to be. And see, there's too much relationship at the beginning. Start smooth and happy because it's new, but it's end up one way. Let me example, especially in the woman eye, woman always say, "This man, he's so dominant,"
Mm.
or "This man is his way," or "This man cheap," or "This man is always."
Mm-hmm.
But it could go the next way too. I ain't just mashing the woman, I can mash the man.
Okay. All
It could
right.
be the man saying the same thing. This woman cheap. This woman always right. It's always one way.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so
She always right, or she
yeah,
always thinks she right.
but if you understand the reason you become married
Mm-hmm.
and the reason you become in love with somebody, and the reason people might have different reason, but the right reason is always to share each other.
Okay. Um, I think what you just said is really the undergirding bedrock foundation
Bedrock foundation
of
of
any
any
relationship.
relationship. Yeah.
And that's basically what is it that attracts you to this person that make you want to be with them. And that is what you must have clear in your mind before you can move forward in any
Right.
direction.
Because if you feel this is what most people do.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it's a nice guy, but he a little too short for me. I like him a little
Mm.
taller. So now you don't feel you trying to put this man in this bottle which in he can't go in this bottle because he too fat, too short,
Mhm.
too black. You're trying to put him in this bottle, but you can force him in the bottle anyhow because your motive is I won't put him in this bottle.
But then think about it though. We have our preference as it relates to the physical features of an individual, but is that really what matters?
You think only physical thing can make your relationship work?
No, no, no. You said about,
Okay,
the physical
okay.
feature, he too short
No,
or
I'm not.
he
No,
too
no.
fat.
I understand that.
Uh-huh.
I asked you a question. You think physical? You said no. You think only physical?
No,
No.
I
You
think
think because
character.
answer me. Answer me. So you think because he got money?
No, I
Okay.
think it's character.
Okay. You think his character, right?
Hmm.
But
I mean,
here's
he has to have some money or have a
means it.
means
Yeah, but see the problem.
of being able to contribute to our coexistence as a unit,
Yeah.
because you could be tall and broke as a bat,
Mm-hmm.
but because you handsome and
Mm-hmm.
tall and meet all the physical
But here is
features that I'm looking for.
all of that doesn't matter. That's what I'm telling you. You're trying to put this in the bottle.
Hmm. Hmm.
This you're trying to compact it the way you like it.
Hmm.
Black, bald head, this tall. You're trying to package it, right?
It'd be good if you could have all those
Yeah.
things
Plus, there's a
along
plus.
with.
But here is the nuts of it.
Hmm.
The nuts of it. If this person not a person who have respect, honor, these things for himself,
Hmm.
he could be the beautiful, handsomest, whatever. It's still ain't gonna work because you're squeezing him in this bottle.
Hmm.
The bottle too tight.
Hmm. And Tony, for a long time, maybe from the start of this
Mm-hmm.
platform,
Mm-hmm.
you always talk about people pretending, putting on a show, and it never really struck home to me because I always saw it in the negative connotation. But when you think about it, do we really put the real us out there, especially when we're meeting people for the
No,
first time?
no, we faking.
Fake is the word.
We
That's the
faking.
word you like to
Yeah,
use.
we faking to make it. We faking for this person to like us.
Because we're putting out our best image.
Right.
But when the real us appear,
That's the problem. Right? That is the problem. See, after that's why I say 5 years. After 3 years, you drop all that fakiness, and then the nastiness come, and the man see the real. How you keep, every time the man come in, you run inside, you wipe up, put things up, put things up, put things away.
mhm,
You clean, how you clean dishes. So when you get everything nice and rosy. So one day he happens to knock on the door, and you run out of the bed. You don't have the time
mhm.
to do it. He come and see the real you with no makeup on your face, no eyelashes, no
Everything in disarray.
everything, no wigs on your head, and he see the real you. See, you get comfortable now after all these years. You think
Mhm.
you done win him. So you think hey, you could let everything down. And that's why I say the 5 years. After you see the 3 and 4 years kick in, and when you start showing the real you, and you say, man, I used to pick him up from work, but I ain't doing that no more because my car need gas. Oh man, I don't because he running down my car and he ain't giving me this couple of dollars. He at the beginning he's giving me this couple of because he was faking just to get you. So now
So
he have you.
fake meet fake, and then the real meet real.
Meal meet real. And remember, see, this is where a lot of people don't understand. Remember, when you start calling the woman your cross, you say, this woman It's my cross. I tie this woman.
Mm-hmm.
She's my cross. But remember this now. Remember I talked about the two-way street? But you this woman cross. Cross me, cross. Dude, see, most times when somebody say this woman is my cross, most likely the other parties saying, but use my cross too.
Mm.
Because when people meet at a point and both parties get frustration, that's what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Cross after this 5 years and really they start to see your true color, know what you all about, and your actions start swaying from what you did before. See, because you be at like you opening the car door, opening the house door, make sure you go inside before I leave.
Mm-hmm.
You know he into that. Man, no, they ain't into that. So I don't know where they start that. Most men ain't into that. They started off because they got you.
Want to impress.
Yeah. And down the road, man, you better open that door. You ain't got no time for that. That's when, and then the woman started to see, well,
The
oh, wait a
real.
minute. Yeah, this dude, he ain't opened the door for me. This dude,
So Tony, you know what
my
is
cross.
you know what is coming out of this
Mm-hmm.
is why so many relationships fail.
Mm-hmm.
And they fail because they don't give themselves enough time to know the real person.
That's it. And gone.
And because if you get the time to know the real person, you will either adjust to adapt to this real person, or you will walk earlier before you make a crucial commitment that's going to cost you so much more down the
Yeah,
road.
because I don't want you to know my bad habits right away. I'll stick that on you slowly. I don't want you to know I nasty. I don't want you to know that I can't kiss sloppy.
Mm.
I gotta you ask me a question about kiss, I can say
Or
I
that,
don't
or
I don't
that,
normally
or
kiss.
that, or that you don't empty the garbage, you don't help
No,
with the dishes, all the things that women
complaining
complaining
about.
about, and also the men, you don't like sex, you don't like
Mm-hmm.
being wake up any hour
All
of the
night.
night,
Mm-hmm.
you
But see,
know,
see, see.
or being creative and going outdoors and
Mm-hmm.
having public display of affection.
Yeah.
These are the things that a long courtship will allow you to
S-
discover.
So that's why I tell you then when I start calling you my cross.
Mm-hmm.
Because you are making me cross. Because what happened? Let me tell you how you make
So
me
that's
cross.
what somebody means when they say you're my
Yeah.
cross.
Let me tell you how you become my cross. All right. See, a lot of people miss this. I beg for sex.
Mm-hmm.
You tell me, yeah. Yeah, 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 you get it
Mm-hmm.
later. But when later come, you go to bed snoring. You don't snore. Jamaica, right?
Mm-hmm.
You do that to me a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
I frustrated. I tell you about it.
Mm-hmm.
But when I tell you about it, you give me sex right away
Mm-hmm.
to keep my mouth shut now. Because you realize
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting frustrated. My cross.
Mm-hmm.
So now, see you my cross because you playing this game. So now you got me in the bathroom when it's time to bathe, to work, when I working, thinking, why in the devil I can't get this sex? And so you now become my cross. You making me cross because
Mm.
I feel that I could go out there and get it, but I don't want to do that.
Okay.
So now I become cross. And then what is happening in return? I am making you cross because I complaining all the time and I ain't getting it. So now you become my cross because you wouldn't give me this because that's what I want. And you are getting cross with me. So you cannot forget your cross. See, that's how, and this happens in marriages all the time. Marriages go to these, what I call sour point. You see,
Uh-huh.
and woman has a tendency to play this game to make the man cross.
Mm.
They put it in category as I can make him work hard for this.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna just give him this one. He gotta wait for, and then when I give this, he gotta really love me, show me love me. He just can't. All this, you making me cough.
Okay,
Hmm.
Denise Winder McPhee says that, but they are the women that y'all stay with and then cheat on the side.
Yeah, because okay, let me explain this. Let me sit good because I'm glad somebody asked this question. See, let me say this to you. What has happened to man is when a man, see, woman straight up, and or woman sometimes, a lot of women bluff and they play games. They play emotional games. They'll tell you they don't do this and they don't do that, but they full of crap. Woman full of crap. Let me tell you all, woman full of crap. Because woman tell you love me and then screwing the next door neighbor. That's woman. All right. Man will screw 6, 7, 8 hosts down. Okay, me moving on. But let me
Lord
tell
have
you why.
mercy.
Let me tell you why this happened. That's the niece you say?
Hmm.
Okay.
Denise Winder McPhee.
It happens because man give his word. Most times men feel his word
Is his
is
bond?
his bond. Most
Hmm.
men feel that way. So if he give you word, he says, well, I can stick with you to chicken 10. That's his word. But that man may be very unhappy
Hmm.
because he thought you was gonna be his shining armor. It didn't work out. So he never wants to be the one get caught out and fall. So what he might do is sneak, get a little bit,
Hmm.
and go home because he don't want. But deep down in his heart, he dying for this woman
To
to
wake up
walk.
again, eh? Oh, not wake up
Yeah,
again?
he don't want to be the fault. See, he don't want to be the fault. He wants her to be the fault because he want to say he keeping his word, and the only reason he's there is because
He gave his
he
word.
give his word. But he
Women give their word, but they still walk if they find
woman
that the
woman
man
don't
ain't.
have this kind of thing. Woman get fed up
Hmm.
with her cross.
Hmm.
She tore her cross on her.
And then she
She
throw
grab
it
her cross.
down.
She grab her cross and walk. Man don't do that. Even if man go, man continue to trying to make it work.
Denise said, "The great pretender,
Yeah.
living the biggest lies."
Well, it's not a lie. It's and it's not pretending. It is that he hoping in his head that she would click and do all the things that he expect her to do, but it's not in her. So I hope I don't get in trouble. So he goes out looking for this. The same little spot was empty
Hmm.
that he
Needs to be
needs to
filled.
be filled. And then he find this woman who's the same as when he got home.
Mm.
At the beginning,
So what does that say?
I can tell you this. At the beginning, and then you can ask all the question.
Hmm.
At the beginning, at the beginning, the sex, the happiness is there. And then she become into the same mold because she's woman, same woman, gone to the same mold. She stopped giving it to you, and she say she ain't giving you no more because you got her. So
Hmm.
I ain't letting you ride me because you got her. So you got right back in the same dilemma
So
at the beginning.
go fix over there and stay over there because that's where you are.
But
Stay over there. But
Denise, you right.
Denise says, really?
Yeah. But
Your
Denise,
word means nothing.
yeah, but Denise, you are right when you say I should go home
And fix it.
and fix that.
Hmm.
Yeah. And a man should go home and fix it. He either should fix it, pack his bag, and leave his cross there,
Hmm. Or
or take
fix
his
the cross.
cross, fix the
Fix
cross,
the
stand the
cross.
cross up, plant
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
So you might be right, but Denise, there's something else too in men. Men love this type of drama. They love,
For women, it's drama. For
mm,
men, it's a boost of their ego.
yeah, and some men might be too
Egotistical.
true, but he might be a a two woman man.
Or he's a greedy man.
Yeah, some dudes,
Naturally greedy.
some men hate to tell you that they can't just have one woman; they gotta have two women. Some men hate to tell you that
No, they don't hate. They fair telling you it
because you're
because
gonna lose you.
exactly.
But oh, this is what we talk about now. You bring back the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
This is what happens at the beginning. When we talk about how they lie,
Mm-hmm.
they they lie their way and they lie their way and they never wanted to be a one woman. They also wanted two, but they're trying to keep you. Denise.
Well, Denise said, yeah. Yet, when y'all meet the woman who gives you what you want, it's still not enough because y'all don't have enough balls to do what will make you happy um, with one woman.
Yeah, but see, okay, see, a woman do not understand men. Most
And
women
men
don't
don't
under.
understand
The
women.
Bible say man never understands, so I ain't going down the road. The Bible say
They
man
say
never.
the ways of a man is past finding out.
No, the ways a woman.
The ways of a man is
So
past
you
finding
will
out.
never know a woman. The Bible tell you that. Okay,
Denise, which one does the Bible speak to, the man or the woman?
woman. So
The ways of a woman is past finding
yeah,
out?
yeah,
Which Bible that is? The one with the Pope kind of
the
rewriting?
same one. Because you can't figure a woman out.
You can't figure out a man.
Okay, yeah, you can figure a man. No, give him everything you want, and you can figure him out.
Denise just said it,
No, you give the
No
man everything
matter
you want.
if you give y'all everything y'all want, y'all just don't
You
get
give
enough.
you give a man everything he wants, and a man will be comfortable. Do not give a man what you think he wants. That's a different story.
Vice versa.
No,
Vice
y'all
versa.
believe that a man want cooking and food and house clean. Man ain't want that. Man want sex. Sex and more sex. They ain't want a house clean. They ain't want this. They ain't want that. That's what man want. Man wants to know that um give me give me what I want. I don't want what you want to give me. You want I when I ask for sex, I want sex when I ask for it, not later and tomorrow and tonight. I want it now. That's where women go wrong. Anyway, moving right along.
Our time.
Yeah, we soon. I soon finish. Moving right along. And you know what is happened in most relationships early?
What?
Most relationship do not have relation. Listen now, not poison individual.
Mm-hmm.
Most relationship do not have humor. They don't develop a sense of humor in a relationship. Everything is cut dry and made. Everything is you gotta have a sense of humor because you gotta know when something is a joke, when something is just talk, when something is just meant to leave. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But most relationships eh, don't have a sense of humor. Individuals and in the relationship don't have a sense of humor, and you need a sense of humor. Uh, you need a sense of humor. You need a sense of humor too
Mm-hmm.
to to have a relationship, a good relationship, laughter, happiness. You need that. And learn. Gone,
Well,
gone.
Denise says that that's exactly what you said. But still, find a woman giving you all the sex you want when you want it, still not won't satisfy you.
No, that's a fool, man. It wouldn't satisfy. Listen, if you go around, you mightn't find 75%, 60% of marriage still together, but you might find 50% a good marriage. And in these marriages, people are happy. They find the woman find their Boaz, and the man find his queen, and they're happy and they get along well, and they don't have problems. Everything, like I said earlier, every problem there they could they could work it out.
So, what is the secret to that type of relationship?
Because they most of those kind of relationship, they become one.
They become one,
Yeah,
or
they
is it that they come fully loaded and they unite and move forward together?
most time both of them complete before they come to marriage or become together. They complete. They understand where they want to be in the next year. They understand. I want. Let me say this.
Is it also that prior to committing, they do their homework and find out, they watch you, they study you, they become acquainted with the things that you like and dislike, and they examine that against the things that they're looking for in a partner.
Mm. That's it. The Percy Sledge say what? Take time to know her.
Mm-hmm.
Most cases, relationship, we don't take time to know the people. We just see this person that somebody bring and introduces, and we get excited. We go have
Or they
good
don't
sex.
even introduce you. Spy a girl over there who look dead hot, right?
Or something.
Hot, attractive, beautiful, whatever word you all use to describe her, and you want to get to know her.
Yeah.
So all you do is say hello, or you, or there may be somebody who is well put together, a man that is, who conducts himself impressively, because a woman like a man who act like he knows what he's doing in all areas of his life. And so women, on the other hand, they pursue that kind of a man, whilst the men pursue the glamorous woman.
Yeah. And you know what is amazing? You have to, before you go there at the beginning, before you go there and make commitment, I believe you should know the person. I believe you should know the person lifestyle, the way they live, how they, you just don't get it the person, because most times at the beginning, most times it never type out to the end. But if you started right, if you get on it early and you started right, you will end up. And you, before I close, I believe in this. And a lot of people mightn't like it, but I believe in this. Put your words into feeling, action, and meaning. Put your words into feeling, action, and mean it. So if I give you my word, there got to be some action behind it. And if it doesn't happen, now watch this. And if it doesn't happen, I feel bad about it. Let me say that again. Put your words in action and mean it. So if it doesn't pan out the way you're supposed to at that moment, let's say you promised somebody something, you didn't get it yet, but you feel so bad that you didn't get it, that you could say to them, I come in, give me a chance. There's too much times you put your words in and doesn't happen.
Follow through.
Yeah, because sometimes money don't come like you expect to get a check a day, it didn't come. So you know about it, you have the feeling action. So you could be patient enough. Well, people don't be patient enough. So hide your feelings until it comes.
Okay.
See, let me, in closing, there's a few things I want to say here. Get yourself ready to find a good man.
That is very important.
Get you,
And I say
woman.
to find a good
Yeah,
woman.
same thing. I was gonna say woman.
Readiness,
Yeah,
self-readiness is key.
get yourself ready
Mm-hmm.
because when it comes, you got to be ready, or it will
Pass you
disappear.
by.
Yeah, and too
Mhm.
many people go into this relationship where they're not ready.
You
They're
know,
not
another
ready.
thing too is also if the person that you meet is not ready, do not think that you can change them or it will change. Many persons have seen red flags before they got married and they say, oh, well, that's minor. That'll change when we get married. But you didn't discuss it with the person and they didn't tell you that it was going to change. So if there's something that raises a red flag that you don't think you can live with,
Mm.
address it. And if the person is not prepared to change it, walk away from
Mm.
it. Because if it is that important to you, it's going to create a problem down the road.
See, we came from a different background. Everybody has a different background. Melanie probably come from a background of old schooling. I might come from a background of new schooling, and somebody else will come from a background in the middle. Got both, old school and new school. So you cannot just jump to a person and expect the person to be perfect.
Mhm,
Or you got to find out what's going on with that person. You got to dig
mhm,
deep in there and root it. And too long, Christians, especially,
mhm.
pick another Christian
Expecting
and
perfection.
expecting, yes, again
What a
there,
mistake.
yeah, expecting perfection. Even in Christianity, your background teaching is different, and that could be a problem. So, be
I,
go
I,
on.
I, I think the key is not to look for somebody who is perfect, not to look for somebody who fits your portfolio, but somebody that you can comfortably coexist with. So basically, the important things are respect, the ability to listen when I am speaking, the ability to correct me lovingly if the need arises,
Mhm.
the ability to be patient with me. I may do things differently from the way you do it.
Mhm.
Respect differences. That is very, very important. Do not, under any circumstances, put an individual down because of who they are or what they do. Like you say, backgrounds are different,
Mhm.
but to have that mutual respect where you respect that this person will do things differently from I do it, but there's no need for you to do it the way I do it
Mhm.
as long as it doesn't cause harm to you, me,
Mhm.
or anyone else. That's key.
That's key. And there's a thing I'm going to go back to Denise. Denise, there's a lot of people afraid to jump out of the frying pan into the fire. So what I mean, what I'm saying is this. You know sometime what you have, but
Mm-hmm.
you don't know what you get.
Mm-hmm.
See, the woman on the outside, or the woman could give you this pretty picture. And you jump and leave that person again, that one thing, not let me go back to
That one small thing, yeah,
the,
because she did ask
the
about
sex.
whether
Mhm.
um, if you will cheat on them because she doesn't have humor or some other quality that is lacking.
Yeah, but see, Denise, everybody looking for happiness.
Hmm.
And don't mind people. You ever hear this talk on the street or people say, you can't make me happy. I have to make myself happy.
And that's true, though.
It might be true, but part of people
You can
happiness,
enhance my
yeah,
happiness.
part of people happiness is it is somebody else coming in their life to make them happy too. I can marry Melanie. I can't cook, I can't clean. And Melanie coming into my relationship and
Hmm.
marry me, well, had taken that stress off me. I'm very happy.
Hmm.
So she can make me happy also in a way.
Yeah,
Enhance my hand.
in a number of ways, and
Right.
everyday happiness
And
come in a different package.
and for a man, when he get his sex, he happy. So don't let a man tell you foolishness. That's when he happy. Most of them base their happiness on sex anyhow. So that's when
Women
they
are
happy.
happy when they have their sex
Oh,
too.
but see, women play like they don't need it. They play like they don't want it. They play. It's all a game.
It's not a game.
It's a game.
It's not a game.
It's a mustard seed.
Let's go back to background. Women in the Bahamian society are taught to curb, and I think it's a global thing. We're taught to curb our sexuality because if we don't, then those bad words, the B word and the S word and the H word, the bitch,
Yeah.
the slut, the whore.
Why you worrying about somebody calling you a bitch?
Because I don't want people.
But you ain't a bitch. So what? See, that's the point.
Okay. Look at it this way. In the mind of the individual, it's a bad thing. But for some reason, we are always preoccupied with how people view us. And so, even in marriages, women kind of contain themselves unless there is a conversation that matches the action in that relationship. Because it means you can't talk about sex freely. I can't act freely in the sex because then you may say, well, I wonder where she learned that from, or I wonder who teach her that.
But most of relationship people can't act freely. Most relationship people can't act freely. Most men is suffering from that. They can't speak about sex because the woman look at them in a strange light. Anyway.
Okay. All right. So final comment from Denise. She says, sometimes based on your experience, you really have to be willing to take a leap of faith. And I guess that is in all areas of the relationship.
You said it best. Most times when you do things, you got to trust God.
Take a leap of faith. Or just basically trust yourself or believe the individual.
But Denise, it has to be something worthwhile taking a leap of faith.
Mm-hmm.
And that something might take time to develop to that. It might happen overnight, so it'll have to take a time. And once it takes time, it
evolves.
We want to see, most humans want to rush into it because they want it now. But you'd be surprised to know if you be patient and take your time, things could happen. Anyway, our time gone. I'll tell you what. Yeah. But the last thing before I go, just remember something I said earlier. What is the reason you got married? Just always remember that. That's the key.
Most people get married because they want sustained, loving companionship, relationship.
I don't think so.
Build a future together.
I tell you what I think most people married.
Why?
Most people married because they scared God.
Scared of God?
Fear God.
Okay. So if you remember that, then what?
Yeah, no, that's the point.
And if you remember that, then what?
No, most of them get married because they say, I don't want to live.
I want to go to hell.
I don't go to hell.
I want to live in sin.
But guess what happened? Guess why they do that? Only because they want to qualify the sex.
The Bible says it's better to marry than to burn.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
They ain't living by the Bible, no. I got a husband now, so I can choose freely.
And that's all that about.
They don't go back to church. They don't do anything.
To enhance the relationship with the
Nothing.
man.
Nothing. They do that to say, nah, I could do this freely and I ain't sinning. That's what it is.
And what if they discover down the road that it ain't a sin?
That's why they get divorced. That's why majority of them divorce.
Because it ain't a sin.
Why do you think Christians divorce?
Because they realize it ain't a sin to have sex without marriage.
They realize that I only married this man because he was a Christian and because now I have sex, licensed sex, but I really don't love him. Oh, wait, let's do a test. You go around here and you see all these women, all these men screwing somebody else, even though they're married.
I would like us to find out, why do people really get married?
Yeah, but I tell you this, something. You finish with the show. Something might have to. Something upset me today. Upset me yesterday. You know, I don't know what's going on, but check this out. I went on by our walk long walk to watch the parade, but I had to drive there. And as I go in there, right around about in Fox Hill, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning in Fox Hill. All on that wall in Fox Hill, the whole wall, everybody drinking. Everybody got a bottle.
Holiday
From the
Friday.
old to the young. And then I come down through, I couldn't believe it.
What, Augusta Street up in
Oh,
that
how you
area?
know? How you know?
When I worked in that area, I am always amazed. 7 something in the morning, people are up with their bottles in their
Everybody
hand
in the park.
already.
On the park. And then, so I can call the spot because I drive, come down and come around. And I drive through, this disturbed me. Let me tell you what disturbed me. On the Junkanoo rave, all the elderly men basically was drunk in front, dancing back and drunk. And then I decided to leave and decided to go, like you say, Blue Hill, come down Nassau Street. Just as I passed the light by Super Value Nassau Street.
Turn through the
ladies.
corner.
No, I ain't turning. I come straight. Just before I hit College Bahamas, there's a liquor store right there.
Yeah.
Every 9 o'clock in the morning, 6, 7 men laying out on the ground, drunk as a skunk.
Yeah,
on Christie Park.
And they say in the
drinking.
Pissy drunk.
Pissy drunk. And let me tell you what I thought. And then I let you go. These some strong backside woman, boy. Woman got these dudes. All the stress in the world. Watch now. Woman ain't drinking on the side of the road. They drinking, but they ain't on the side of the road and they ain't hanging out. But the men,
that's because women are carrying the weight of the society on their shoulders.
Yes. Facing shave. They bareback. They dirty. Who ain't dirty? Just drunk. Just staggering. And guess what? It made me feel so bad that the men of this country is not taking their weight. I am so sad. So when I come to do the show today, what we expect a woman to do, but sweetheart on y'all, but don't check for y'all, but divorce y'all, because y'all ain't serious. Men out there, y'all ain't serious. Anyway, I can close on that. That's the thought for the day. But brother,
we need to do something.
It's
been going on for too long.
It is everybody drinking. Every man now drinking and getting drunk. So what the woman's supposed to do? If you take all the money to the bar.
But then they have a national anthem for the drinkers. All night they drinking and we don't need no chaser.
Just rum. Just rum. All night drinking.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have gone far beyond our time. Thank you so much for tuning in. We apologize for
late start. I had a little setback, but I here live and kicking, and I'm well. I ain't sick.
See you again next week.
Papa Tony will be right here next week.
Same time.
Same time. Under the tree. Beautiful day. God has made. Let us rejoice and
Remember
be
to keep
glad.
it safe. Prepare yourself. We're in the hurricane season and COVID is still with us.
Oh, don't worry with the COVID.
Love yourself. Stay safe.
Party with the COVID. All the women in the world.